Here now is Peter Brookes, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Asia and Pacific Affairs. Sir, thanks for joining us. What's your reaction to everything you just heard?
Good with you. Well, I mean, there's a number of different things here, Melissa. The U.S.-Japan relationship seems to be in good shape. Shinzo Abe has significant concerns about abductees, about the North Korean threat regarding missiles. The president has concerns about trade. This is a prosperous relationship between these two, and that's good. Japan doesn't want to be left out of it. North Korea, Mike Pompeo, Secretary of State, is actually holding a press conference talking a little bit about this. It seems positive. They seem to be ready for the summit next week. Of course, I think that it's a good idea to keep expectations modest. Yeah. This is just a first visit, and there's a lot of heavy lifting to do.
Well, one of the concerns, though, is that Prime Minister Abe, his focus is on those short-range and medium-range missiles. Yep. Kim Jong-un isn't going to give up everything at once. The president is focused on the nuclear weapons because obviously, that's a huge deal. But he's not going to be left with nothing to defend himself and prop up his regime. And that sort of, I feel like that puts Japan in a challenging spot because they're going to want them to get rid of the short and medium range.
Well, now you know why Shinzo Abe is here.
Right.
He wants to make sure, since he doesn't have a seat at the table. And in the past, the Japanese have had a seat at the six-party talks during the Bush administration. Remember, Japan was one of the parties at the table.
Is there a way to make everybody happy, though, on that front, I guess is probably the best way to say it, I mean, it seems like there's not. Is there?
Yeah, right. Well, first of all, I want to make clear that Japan is also threatened by nuclear weapons from North Korea. You're talking about ranges of missiles, but these missiles can take either conventional warheads, regular explosives, or nuclear weapons. So the missiles are important because they're delivery and then also what can be put on top of them. And obviously, the power and impact of a nuclear weapon is different than a conventional weapon, but conventional weapons also kills people. So they're both of concerns to Japan. So not only is the president concerned about the issues of trade, but he also wants to be. Japan is the third largest economy, Melissa. I mean, it's a powerful country. It has a powerful military that's only used for self-defense. So this is an important relationship for the United States, and it's an important relationship going forward, whether we're talking about China, North Korea, or other international issues such as the G7.
So what do you think? How does trade then mix into all of that and on top of it? I mean, it seems like it's the other half of this negotiation. Some people are looking at it separately, that there's trade, but I happen to think that they're probably talking about both things at the exact same time, and the president is probably using both sides of pressure.
Yeah, there's negotiations going on even among allies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just going to between President Trump and Chairman Kim. There's a lot of things going on here, and the president is interested in advancing American interests, whether it's trade or international security in the Pacific. So, yeah, there's a lot of things. Also, there's a significant rivalry between Japan and China. And the Japanese are concerned about that, since there is a defense alliance between the United States and Japan for defending Japan. So these issues are very, very complex, and there's a lot of negotiations going on at a lot of different levels to advance and protect American interests by the Trump administration.
Good thing we have a president that never sleeps, because there's a lot to do. Peter, thank you.